Hello and welcome to Lock Reference and WaynesLockShop.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the major manufacturing HIT-66-280 jig and template. Always, anytime you're drilling doors or using power tools, be safe and use your personal protective equipment. Here are some of the drill bits that are going to be used today. You need the correct sizes, however we can use different types or styles of drill bits if you so choose, as long as they're not the spade bits. Make sure you take 1 second and prepare your clamp using these following steps here to make sure that everything is correct. Now that we have an empty door pocket and you have the rest of the hardware removed, you can begin installing the centering plate that goes in the mortise pocket. Now you can install the jig, and you can see this is how it's going to be set up in real time on an actual door here. Josh is finishing getting this thing clamped onto the door and set up for the actual drilling and installation. You'll notice one of the first things is Schlage actually requires or suggests that we drill the 2 1/8 inch hole all the way through. So instead of drilling the smaller holes, we're actually going to drill a through hole per Schlage's actual needs and recommendations. Now we're going to use a 3/4 inch hole to drill out this particular hole on the jig and the door position sensor that goes into the side, just like so. You can also use a 3/4 inch brad point bit or a standard drill bit as well, whichever is going to meet your needs the best. Now we're going to move on to some of the other holes. You can see that we're using this particular bit right here. I believe it's a 7/16. We'll go ahead and take a look at the instructions. Yes, we've got a 7/16 drill bit that's going to be drilling 6 holes for your mounting holes. Now, because we took this particular portion of the jig out and did the 2 1/8 inch hole, we're not going to have to do those. However, we still have a few more holes to drill here, including the door position sensor that will be angled down. This one hole alone is well worth investing in this jig. It is practically impossible to get that perfect angle and everything to line up without it. So Josh is going to go ahead and finish off drilling the rest of this and start pulling the jig apart. You can see how quickly it installs and how quickly it tears down and pulls off of the door to get ready to do the next one. We had about 285 locks to install of different styles, but they were all the AD format. And this jig made our job a whole lot easier. For more information, check out Major Manufacturing Incorporated. Thanks for watching. Check out UHS Hardware for this jig and many others.